Early in the morning, news breaks across Philippine TV screens. New warship in just 12 months. Navy frigate project set to break records. Headlines like these grab the public's attention. People get excited. Everyone wants to see the Philippine Navy become stronger and more modern. A 12-month timeline sounds amazing, almost too good to be true. But is it? Behind the headline, emotions run high. Social media buzzes with support and skepticism. Some say, finally, our Navy is catching up. Others ask, is this really possible, or just another promise? The clock starts ticking. Politicians and naval officers start to feel the pressure. The reality is, building a modern warship is not like assembling a car. It involves thousands of parts, dozens of systems, and tight quality controls. Promising a ship in just 1 year seems bold, almost unbelievable. The question arises, what does launch really mean? And how close is it to having a ship that's ready for battle? It's time to look deeper, beyond the headlines, and explore the true story behind naval shipbuilding. In shipbuilding, the word launch has a special meaning. It does not mean the ship is ready to fight. Instead, launch often refers to the moment a ship's hull is first moved from land into the water. This event is dramatic, often celebrated with ceremonies and speeches. But at this stage, the ship is far from combat ready. After launch, the ship may look impressive from the outside, but inside, it is usually unfinished. Critical systems, like engines, radars, weapons, and electronics, still need to be installed and tested. The crew cannot operate the ship for missions yet. There's a big difference between launching a ship and commissioning it. Commissioning means the ship is fully equipped, tested, and accepted into active service. This process often takes many more months or even years after the launch. So when news stories talk about a 12-month launch, they might only mean the hull is ready to float. The ship still has a long journey ahead before it can protect the nation at sea. Building a frigate starts long before any metal is cut. The process begins with design. Experts draw detailed plans, choose materials, and calculate performance. This design phase can take up to a year or more, especially for a modern warship with advanced technology. Next comes hull building. Workers assemble the steel skeleton and outer shell. This is the part most people see in shipyards. It is noisy, busy, and impressive. Once the hull is complete, the ship is launched into the water. But there's still much to do. After launch, outfitting begins. Technicians install engines, control systems, electronics, radars, and weapons. Each system must work perfectly. This stage is complex and can take as long as the hull construction. Finally, the ship undergoes sea trials. These are real-world tests to check engines, navigation, sensors, and weapons. Any problems must be fixed before the ship is delivered to the Navy. Only after all systems pass can the frigate be declared combat ready. Countries like South Korea and Japan are world leaders in shipbuilding. They have years of experience, advanced technology, and massive shipyards. Even with all these advantages, building a new frigate is never simple. For example, South Korea's Daewoo and Hyundai shipyards build some of the fastest warships. Their Incheon-class frigates took about 18 to 24 months from keel laying to launch. However, full completion, including systems testing and crew training, often required up to 3 years. Japan's shipbuilders, like Mitsubishi and Japan Marine United, also build quickly. Their Mogami-class frigates set records for efficient construction. Yet, even these advanced ships took over 2 years from first steel cutting to launch, and another year before entering service. These countries use cutting-edge methods and have experienced teams. Still, they do not compromise on testing or quality. Their timelines show that a 12-month build is extremely rare, even for the best in the business. So, why do some shipbuilders or governments promise such fast timelines? Well, there are several reasons. Sometimes it's really just a way to win contracts. Promising a quick build can impress decision makers and sway public opinion. I mean, everyone wants results, especially when national security is involved. At other times, fast timelines are used to show off a nation's industrial power. Governments want to project strength, both to their own people and to neighboring countries. A quick launch can send a message: we are ready and capable. Another reason is competition. Shipyards compete for contracts, and they may promise the fastest builds to win against rivals. This can lead to ambitious and, honestly, sometimes unrealistic schedules. However, these promises do not always match reality. Rushing can lead to unfinished systems, mistakes, or delays later in the process. Fast builds look good on paper, but may not deliver a truly ready warship. There are clear benefits to building ships quickly. For one, the Navy can replace older ships or fill gaps in its fleet sooner. Quick builds also save on some costs, such as labor and overhead. In urgent times, like during conflicts, speed can make a difference. Fast construction can also boost morale. Sailors, officers, and the public feel proud to see rapid progress. Shipbuilders learn from experience and improve their methods. Sometimes, fast builds drive innovation and efficiency. But there are risks too. Rushing can mean less time for checks and tests. If a major system fails at sea, the consequences can be serious, even deadly. Crews may not get enough training. Poor integration of weapons and sensors can leave the ship exposed in battle. In the end, the goal is not just to build fast, but to build right. A warship must be reliable, safe, and truly ready for its missions. Testing is where the difference between a showpiece and a real warship is made. After construction, every part of the frigate must be tested: engines, weapons, radar, and communications. Problems discovered here must be solved before the ship goes to sea. System integration is especially challenging. Modern frigates are like floating computers. Dozens of systems must talk to each other smoothly. If the radar does not link with the weapons, or if the engines fail under stress, the ship is at risk. Caution saves lives and money. Skipping steps or shortening trials can lead to hidden problems. Fixing these issues later is much more expensive and time-consuming. Worse, it can endanger sailors and missions. Realistic expectations help everyone. It is better to have a slightly slower build that delivers a proven, trustworthy ship than a fast build that ends in disappointment or disaster. For the Philippine Navy, the lesson is clear. Ambition is good, but realism is better. It is tempting to demand fast results, especially with rising tensions in the region. But shortcuts in warship building rarely end well. The Navy should insist on thorough testing and crew training. It should work closely with experienced partners and demand transparency from shipbuilders. Clear communication with the public is important. People must understand that launch is just one step. The goal must be a fleet of ships that are not only new but also reliable, safe, and truly combat-ready. Rushing may create headlines, but thorough planning and testing create security. In the long run, the Navy and the country will benefit more from ships that serve well for decades, not just from ships that arrive quickly. Strong navies are not built overnight. They are the result of careful planning, steady investment, and respect for quality. History shows that the best warships are those that balance speed with safety, innovation with caution. For the Philippines, every new frigate is a major investment. Each ship represents years of work, millions of pesos, and the hopes of a nation. Rushing risks all of that. Patience and professionalism build a navy that can protect the seas for generations. In the end, headlines fade, but well-built ships endure. The real story is not about building fast, but about building right. The men and women of the Philippine Navy and the people they protect deserve nothing less.